2005, Addie Hall met Zach Bowen when they were both bartending in New Orleans. Many of Zach and Addie's friends that were around them did not think this relationship would last very long because of how often they fought with each other. But it just so happened that Zach and Addie had met one another just weeks before Hurricane Katrina came through New Orleans and just devastated the area. And it was actually that storm that brought them together and became totally inseparable. After the storm cleared, Zach and Addie went out into the streets and began cooking food for people, and they set up a makeshift bar outside in the French Quarter and were just giving away drinks to these people whose lives have been devastated by this storm. Their tale of love and colorful survivalism attracted many media outlets, but when reality set back in and people started moving back into their homes, Zach and Addie were forced back into their old lifestyle, something neither of them wanted to experience again. For the next year, Zach and Addie struggled to make ends meet, and those two were at each other's throats all the time with these horrible fights. In October of 2006, they decide they're going to move out of their current apartment where there's lots of bad memories. They found a little apartment over the famed Voodoo Temple on Rampart Street. No sooner had they moved in, Addie go down to the landlord and say, remove Zach from the lease. She had found out that he was cheating on her and she was preparing to kick him out of her life. Zach found out that he was not on the lease before Addie could confront him about it, and it turned into this fight between the two of them. A couple of days later, Zach showed up for work and some of his coworkers recalled that he was acting really funny. And when anybody asked him, what's going on with you? He would just tell them he was fine and would quickly walk away from them. Around the same time, Addie stopped showing up for work at all. A week later, on October 17th, 2006, the New Orleans police receive a phone call from a hotel in the area that spotted what they think is a body laying on the roof of their parking garage. When the police arrived, they could tell it was a deceased man and that he had died from impact, and they pull out a note that's addressed to police in his back pocket. This was not an accident. I had to take my own life because I took a life, and if you go to my apartment on Rampart Street, you'll find the body of my girlfriend, Addie Hall, who I killed. Police rushed to the address that was given in the note. As soon as they stepped into the apartment, the temperature dropped. The air conditioning had been set to the lowest it could possibly be, and they look around and they see these strange messages spray painted all over the walls. Things like, I'm a total failure, look in the oven. And there are arrows pointing on the walls towards the kitchen and towards the oven itself. And sure enough, when they open up the oven, they find Addie. Police also found Addie's journal, and inside of it, Zach had left an 8-page, very detailed confession of how he had strangled Addie and then had tried to cook her to make it easier to dispose of her body, but couldn't finish the job. Here are some crime scene photos from outside the apartment as well as inside. You can see some of the messages. And here is the infamous oven where Addie's remains were found, as well as a message left in the kitchen saying that he was sorry he couldn't finish in reference to his inability to finish cooking her and disposing of her body.